Well, we are back. Sometimes I wish that you come and do it and come with a preview. The politics is really nice. And to be said, I'm going to call it. Maybe I come at one say Eddie May. My member Nana Pepegu, Nana, I'm watching on the occasion of losing a brother. And I'm watching Kuse. And it's a weekend, the Unia Daji, Unia Bushafunina, maybe I bus on the 26th of September 2021. Okay, Ahimachi, and I know rather 8:30 a.m. The entire Abrazi family of Apu, Apu na Pondo, Apu na Pondo, and the Diana family. Okay, so the late Mr. Joseph Kabnasiedu, Anna Yekana Sevi, Monko Tayabu Shafuechi, a year and Mrs. Gladys. Asiedu Fachi, Ojechi, Obakuna Fono, and Enquadana, Uncle Tanachi. And Nana Pipegu, good morning to you. Well, Yababak, I'm bringing to know, Your Excellency, you want to tackle the decisiveness of our current president, or you want to explain more on the mortuaries for Zongos? Which one? 5 minutes.
Well, let me touch on both, Kakran. I have read the issues, say, what can there? Will be a decisive.
The governing New Patriotic Party has said the President Adom Akufo-Addo showed decisive leadership with the banking sector cleanup exercise. These remarks were made by the party, and that was yesterday. The Chief Executive Officer of the State Transport Corporation, Nana Kumia, who addressed the press conference, attributed the banking crisis to the bad leadership of former President John Dramani Mahama. He added that cleanup exercise undertaken by the Akufo-Addo-led administration has addressed the challenges of the sector, and I quote, "The new government led by President Akufo-Addo showed right from the onset decisive leadership by cutting the rot that had engulfed Ghana's financial system. The new leadership, with new leadership at the central bank as well in August 2018, took bold, decisive, and pragmatic steps. 5 big troubled banks were merged to form consolidated and capitalized to form a whopping sum of 450 million Ghana cedi."
Yeah, see, when President Kufuor intentionally, purposefully decided that he would promote Ghanaian businesses, including the financial sector, I maintain that President Kufuor envisaged that right from the word go, they were going to be as competent as the Barclays banks and others. There could be challenges, all right? And therefore, when there are challenges, you find remedial measures to correct the challenges. Now, banking sector, here can one CCI crisis, as our banks work or crisis, several factors go into that. Corporate governance is one of it. Insolvency, and loan untia. Even external pressures. But in this particular one, Bank of Ghana miscalculated something. Miscalculated something. They lumped all the banks together in one capital adequacy ratio. The Sikabia won from about 470 million. At that time, some of these banks, in there, local small business people who know what you want sika, but contractors who know what you want sika. So if you take a bank like Kosi Indom's Bank, you take a bank like UT Bank and others now, you know that at that time contractors be brave akajisika won't you? Now contractors we juma waye no, or ya ban ne juma na waye. So it is a secular thing. Say to your bank, if your contractors na kawa, also between to your bank scan. All right. Now we took the decision not to pay the contractors, collapse the banks, and after pay the contractors. You know, that for me is one of the downsides of this banking crisis. Now, I've read reports actually that the banking crisis was equivalent to about 9 million or so Ghana cedis, if my figure is right. Now, so we spent how much to dissolve the banks? How much have you spent so far to dissolve the bank? Now, in dissolving the banks, you are not looking at the corporate governance alone. You are not looking at the capital adequacy ratio alone. You are looking at the plight of the workers of the bank and their families. You're also looking at the impact of this collapse on the economy. You understand? You can be a bold decision maker, but your boldness should lead into solving a problem, not to create more problems. You understand? So, for example, there has been some agitation for a long time. There, we want our money. And the government says, oh, we would give you bonds for 5 years. How come we could raise this money within this time to pay the people? You know, these are all challenging issues.
Okay.
But I am not going to say there what Nana Komia describes is the solution or the point.
Bobo.
It's unbelievable. The MPP Aban went to your contractors cow.
Yes.
And now Oma contractors no went to your banks na cow.
Yes.
Na banks no collapse.
Yes.
Hey,
They're going to contract for it in the bank of
no, India.
India Biana
No,
Ghana.
Ghana.
Why?
And the 2015 asset quality reporter, Bank of Ghana indicated that 8 banks were at risk. Na MPP no habanum. Oh, but my friend
he talks about options.
About options. What did they do? What did they do? They were competent. They were decisive. I don't know here. It was obvious from the Bank of Ghana's own report that 8 universal banks, as a bank will intervene immediately, those banks will collapse. Now contractors will no go. Now contractors one day contractors go. So why didn't they pay the contractors if that was the solution? Why don't you contractors in the go? Look, okay, His Excellency,
check your document and see.
Was recklessness on your part as a government. Yes.
Can I use the same
word?
You
knew the problem. You went to sleep because no favor and cophobia were associated with you.
For example.
Yes.
For example. My friend.
Chairman, Merba. The liquidity support order my UT Bank. Liquidity support order my Capital Bank. That they used to go and set up Sovereign Bank. You know that way? Have you read the Borders report? Yet you sit here, now catch a Ghana for. The contractors are a man went to young on a cow, no leading to the collapse of the bank. Are we serious? Please. NDC owes the people of Ghana an apology.
NDC.
I'm telling you, the government of the NDC. Because, may take my time, may read all the documents. Heritage Bank, and most was setting up. 30 million Papanoji, no payment or from Cocoa Board. No print bank statement. The following the transfers canon into 2, near or any uncle 1713. What printed statement? The following day, what transfers canon to another entity? What printed statement? What printed water roll around all the money around? And printed individual bank statements and presented it as stated capital to Bank of Ghana. Yes. It happened when they were in government. Yet we sit here.
Hey. Lawyer.
Man, I'm a catcher. I will give you dates. And the banks and the companies. I'm a catcher, more documents. I'm at the brow. More date that these transactions took place and the banks.
Have you presented this to the court? This evidence to the court? Have you presented this? Have you presented? No. I'm entitled to ask questions.
Just wrap up for us.
You knew the problem. In fact, Mr. Mahama, State of the Nation Address, 2016.
That admission.
Thank you very much.
That what?
That the proliferation of the banks have led to banks and microfinance institutions running somewhat pyramid schemes.
And the blame game was squarely at the Bank of Ghana.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mahama said it. I say, Abana went to your contractors. I'm using your own words. Went to your contractors. Look, here, Mr. O, abani biya ni wa, obe spend this much money just to collapse in one banks. Who does that? Real threat of the collapse of your financial system was real.
Yapon.
Amine.
Let's Yapon.
I think Mr.
You see,
Look,
I restrain myself.
Every